East West Sports has today's special. We're featuring the CX Games here in Beijing at the Beijing Bird's Nest, where the 2008 Olympics took place. Today we're going to be talking to some of the top athletes for the extreme skateboarding. Let's go. Although originally scheduled for the weekend of November 3rd and 4th, the forecasted rain and snow pushed the China X preliminary rounds one day earlier. Finalists arrived at the event Friday at noon and began warming up for the skateboarding event to begin at 3 p.m. This has provided a great platform for Chinese players to compete with international athletes. Each skater had 2 rounds of 60 seconds to impress the judges. But what exactly were the judges looking for? We talked to Hsiao-Chun, who has been skating for 26 years and has worked in the industry for over 20 years.
You need to have a clean run, first of all, like no bails and difficulty in tricks. If you just do a clean run, you get average score. If you do difficult tricks, we'll add up more points to your score.
A native from Finland and a first-timer in China, Hsiao explains what are some key differences from skating in Europe and the skating culture here.
The level of local skating is blowing my mind. It's amazing. Hopefully this will get new kids in the sport, because this sport is anywhere else in the world is like soccer, tennis. And here I feel it's a bit still like underground and not appreciated.
Pro skater from the US, Brazil, Thailand, Czech Republic, Taiwan, and several domestic players all gathered here today to compete for the top title. But all eyes were on Manny Santiago, a Puerto Rican-born East Coast skater who is always smiling and showing off his signature missing tooth. Santiago, a fixture in the U.S. skateboarding circuit, is favored to take the win. Manny showed the audience why he is the one to beat with kickflip board slides, backside 50-50s, and frontside Smith grinds. But the predominantly local audience were also rooting for the only Beijing player, who seemed to lack some confidence. Miriam Deller, an avid skateboarding fan and the director of Skate Deck Art, tells us that the industry is growing.
I think generally the Chinese people are more and more interested in action sports, especially in board sports. And I think there is definitely a growing interest not only to watch but also to participate in these sports.
A Beijing local said his favorite player was Hing Li, a Guangdong player with blonde hair. He says the sport is gaining momentum, but mostly for the younger generation.
I know there are a lot of websites with pictures and photos of extreme skateboarders in China, but most of these enthusiasts are teenagers, around 10 to 20 years old. This sport wasn't very well known 5 years ago, but now it's becoming more and more popular.
Meanwhile, this year's bonuses and prizes have increased. But cash isn't what drives these players. Manny and good friend Javier both expressed their passion for street skating and the importance of enjoying what they do.
I mean, skateboarding is not for it to be a big sport, but a lot of people see it, love it, and appreciate it, so they start skating for the love of it. Like if I wasn't doing all this stuff, I would still be at home skating. You know, I don't do it for this, I do it because I love to do it. And that's one advice everybody should take.
Despite the competitive nature of the Ultimate X Games, there is a highly supportive nature that comes with this type of sport.
We support each other, you know? It's not really like, it's a competition, but at the end of the day, we leave here and hang out with each other, and, you know, it's just good times, you know?
You want everyone to do good. You start clapping like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And to be inside the Beijing Olympic Stadium is a blessing, you know? Like, I would never think to be here skateboarding, you know?
Thomas Vinter from Czech Republic also got into skateboarding by accident. But does he think the sport will do well in Beijing?
Felix, my friend Felix from California, said the architecture here is really good for skating. It's a lot of marble and granite everywhere, which is good for skateboarding. And the people here actually like it. They, when they see you skate, they ask you how you do the tricks. They ask you if they can ride your skateboard. It's different because in California or in Europe, people don't really care anymore that much. They've seen it for too many years. So now when you do it in front of their house, they're not really stoked about it. So that's the difference. People here are more welcoming and friendly about the whole skate scene.
While Beijing may have the infrastructure to start skateboarding, the skaters believe that true passion and drive is what will take the sport to its top potential. Reporting for East West Sports on BON, I'm Sophia Sang.